Welcome to Small Business Talks. My name is Shiraz Sadiq, and this is the Marketing Automation Series brought to you by Zoho and Canadian SME Business Magazine. Now, Zoho is the leading international full suite of business applications covering every aspect of business, HR, accounting, marketing, and so much more. Their organic growth across Canada has been nothing short of extraordinary. Why? Because they solve the challenges that every business faces in their daily operations. It's more than technology. It's leveraging the power of synchronized information so every department is reading off the same page. Let's go. In today's episode, we'll sit down with the founder of Bluroot, an organization with the expertise to integrate your desired automation flows. Listen, Massimo and his team are so committed to ensuring they bring the best solutions to the market. He flew across the world to sit down with the developers and in their lab that brought these products and services to bear. Now here is Massimo, founder of Bluroot. Let's go. And welcome everyone to the Marketing Automation Series brought to you by Zoho. Of course, my name is Shiraz Sadiq, your host for Small Business Talks. And today, not only a guest, but our friend is here with us. His name is Massimo. Massimo, thank you for being here with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, in all of our conversations that we've had over the years, there are a few things that always stand out. One is your passion for what you do and the value that you bring to your clients. But before we get into what Bluroot does, tell us a little bit about Massimo.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. And I like to think of myself as I've always wanted to tinker with things and be my own boss, for lack of a better word, for a long time. The story I always tell people is when I was 13 or 14, I would hack PSPs. For those of you that remember, their little Sony products. They were handheld PlayStation portables, and I would hack them so that people could actually put games, I guess, download illegal games, but in any case, put games on it. And so that's where it kind of started.
Editor note, did you hear that illegal part? Not sure if that'll make the cart. Maybe it will, but your sins are forgiven, my son. Continue as you were.
Yeah. So, anyways, it all started there, and I come from a family. My father ran his own business, and so I kind of went on the journey. I went to business school, learned a lot there, but realized pretty quickly that I wanted to do something myself. I saw what other people were doing, and I thought I could do it. And I've always had kind of a nurturing personality. I really like to, in the service business, that's pretty important, and I really like to provide value to clients. And what I started noticing in third and fourth year of university when I started the business was there was a lot of clients that had no efficient way of communicating with their clients, no efficient way of keeping the clients, retention type strategies and things of that nature. And so I started looking up softwares to do that, and that's when I stumbled upon CRM. And so my journey has been one of kind of entrepreneurship from a baby, basically, with my grandfather and my father, and then to me, yeah.
You know, and that tends to be the case. Entrepreneurial journeys begin by satisfying a need or a deficit in the market. And so what you recognize is that capacity and ability to follow a customer through their journey with their client or your client effectively.
Yeah, like what I started noticing, and I started off with some mortgage brokers, and that'll probably be a big topic today in some ways because that's a lot of our business. But I started noticing that throughout the journey, there are a lot of touch points, and it's very hard as you scale your business to stay in touch with those people throughout the journey.
Okay.
Hopefully automatically. And so, I started learning about that and seeing tools that could fill those gaps. Yeah.
Okay. So we know so far that Massimo is a problem solver when he sees a deficit in the market. And so at that point, that's where you decide to launch Bluroot, or is that the genesis of Bluroot, or was there something that happened before then?
No, it's kind of funny. I actually started the company. It used to be called the HGMI Group way back when. It's my initial and co-founder of mine's initials. We actually started it in we were on exchange in Europe, and we started it in a hookah bar one night at 1 a.m. in the morning in Poland and in Warsaw.
Hold on, like all great stories. Some people do it on a napkin. You're hanging out on a hookah bar in Poland, of all places.
Yeah. So we were in Warsaw, and we said to ourselves, like, we were talking about what I just talked to you about, where there are some gaps we're noticing. And so at that point, we kind of thought, okay, I think we can do this. And so that's where the idea kind of started. And then kind of the rest, we started cold calling back while we were in England, still on exchange, to Canada for some clients we kind of knew, to see if there was a market need. And yeah, that's kind of how it started. Yeah. In Europe. Yeah.
That is fantastic. Yeah. So, is that where you began to eat your own dog food? Because here's this thing. If you're not consuming what you're promoting, you kind of lack that integrity, right?
Yeah.
So when you started building up your book of business, what product or service helped you automate reaching out to your clients?
Yeah, so we started off dabbling with a few different CRM softwares, and you've probably heard of the big names: Salesforce, HubSpot, Zoho. But pretty quickly we stumbled upon Zoho and kind of went all in with them. So they're a great small business platform. That's kind of where Bluroot still operates, the small and medium-sized businesses. And we started working with them like 9 years ago now. I actually went to India and met their founders and met a lot of their company and fell in love with the software, and we went all in on them. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to come back to Zoho in a minute.
Sure.
See, ladies and gentlemen, everyone will tell you that technology is fantastic. Get the latest and greatest software. The challenge is the amount of time that it takes to become proficient and efficient on that platform is incredible. Bluroot now. See, most people, they'll think, okay, I'll buy this massive, amazing software, but now how do I integrate it into my work flow?
Yeah.
And I guess that's what Bluroot does better than most.
That's a great way to say it. I'll probably clip this and put it on our website. But basically, I mean, a lot of what we do isn't rocket science. We're not building big, massive things going to space, but it's more so, we've been in the industry for 10 years now. We know how to customize this platform to a T, faster and smarter than you can, right? And so majority of our clients come to us and say, hey, listen, I run a business. For example, one of our clients is a popcorn manufacturer in all the malls here in Canada. And they come to us and say, okay, I run a business. I get all these leads. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how to follow up. It takes forever to create an invoice, things of that nature. So it's usually sales or operational problems.
Okay.
And we come in and we have best practices, because we've basically seen it all, from 1 user companies to 300 user companies. We'll customize it, implement the solution, even integrate it with other software. Some companies need their CRM to be integrated with their accounting or something, and we do all of that for you. And so, the beauty of Zoho is they have so many applications, but kind of the curse in a way is if you don't know
so many applications.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Right.
And so if you don't know how to use them or how to set them up, it can be overwhelming, and some people, many people need companies like us. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in conversation with Massimo of Bluroot. He is a technology integrator specifically on how to automate workflows. Now, this series, of course, is about marketing automation. All the leads that you generate, all the leads that come to you because of all the great things that you're doing, how do you track their journey till you get the signature on the dotted line? And then after they do sign on the dotted line, how do you keep them in the fold? We know that customer retention is a huge piece.
Yeah.
Massimo, when we come back from break, can we bother you for your top 3 techniques on how to not only automate your marketing flows, but how to retain customers and gain net new logos? Is that all right if we pick your brain on that?
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll be right back. And welcome back. My name is Shiraz Sadiq, host of Small Business Talks. And today, of course, we're in conversation with Massimo of Bluroot. Now, before we took that little break, I did promise our audience that you're going to share 3 thoughts that every company, regardless of size, now I know that we play in the small, medium-sized space, but regardless of size, we really need to be mindful of these 3 things. What would those 3 things look like? What would that be?
Yeah, so I'm going to start with kind of inbound for marketing automation. And I think when you're thinking of leads coming to you, it depends on your business. So if you're a B2B style business or a B2C style business, so business to business or business to consumer or customer, this can differ. And so before thinking, oh, I should text people or auto call people or auto drop them emails, you got to think of your end customer and how they want to interact with you. For example, if it's B2C, I would say for the inbound funnel, really do focus on SMS. That's becoming a very popular tool, very quick. If they're coming from the web to your business, you have to act within 5 minutes of someone reaching out to you or they're on to the next website.
Okay, so what you're saying is automating that flow, that process.
Yes, and you can use tools like Zoho. Our company can help you do that stuff. But yes, in short, you should automate that process. There's no way you can rely as your business scales on a human sending out those texts.
You see, that's it. You're able to do it, and because you're competent and you know that you're good at what you do, you can do it for 5 at a time, 7 maybe at a time. But as soon as your marketing efforts begin to work, like you hope that they will actually work, what are you going to do when you are bombarded with gold, liquid gold, meaning leads like 20, 22 at any given point at the same time? That's what you need to prepare for. And the magic word always is scale.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
So you got your inbound flow.
Yeah.
Now, what's another area that market automation really benefits?
Yeah, so probably like the middle of your process, I would call it, or your operations. So now a lead has come to you, they've shown some interest in purchasing from you, but every business has a process you have to go through, whether it's writing sales orders and quotes, or a big market that we work in is mortgages. If you're doing a mortgage transaction, there's so many touch points to get a loan approved, right? And so you should really focus on staying in communication with your clients. For example, when you send a mortgage document to the lender, auto-notify the client via SMS and email, auto-notify the lawyer and the realtor attached. Those are huge retention plays and huge ways to upsell or cross-sell because the experience is always in touch. No one's left guessing, especially in mortgages, huge debt. People are worried.
And that's fantastic because your greatest form of advertising or marketing is your customer's voice, not your own.
Exactly,
That testimonial is so powerful. Like, hey, do you got a mortgage guy? Yeah, I got a mortgage guy. Well, I'm going to use the guy that my guy said is a good guy, or girl, of course. Right? And that's powerful. When you can create a great experience for me, I'm going to make sure I replicate your voice on your behalf to my friends and families and coworkers, of course. So now you got the front end, the inbound, and now you're automating the process flow within your funnel. Okay. What's the third area then?
So the third would be, I would say, what you touched on earlier, which is the retention play. So typically every business can resell and upsell and cross-sell. And again, with mortgages, it's every 3 to 5 years, you have to renew it, right? And so in that area, again, think of your customer, how they want to communicate with you. I see it very common to have email communication for multiple years and multiple times throughout the year, staying in touch with people. Think of things like the anniversary of their purchase, maybe their birth date you probably got through the transaction, referral asks. And if you're in a more personalized service, I would say give tasks to your salespeople or your account managers to call, right? And stay in touch with the clients,
So that's really important, right? You're mixing it up. You're not saying automate everything through SMS. You're not saying everything is email. You're actually mixing it up. And you can, in your flow, say, hey, assign a task that says, pick up the phone and call your customer. Go visit your customer. You can actually build that into your flow. And that is fantastic. So Bluroot, Massimo, who is your ideal client? Who do you serve and serve well?
So I mean, predominantly we serve small to medium business, which is why we're on Zoho. So typically under 50 staff, although we work with companies that are larger. we work with companies who have either sales or operational problems predominantly. And so what I mean by that is can't close enough leads, can't track leads, can't integrate with my website. I want more automation to happen. Or on the operation side, hey, it takes me 5 steps to create an invoice, or we're losing sales because we can't create them fast enough, for example. We come in there, we'll actually customize the system for you, predominantly on Zoho. So what that means is making it look the way you want it. If you're a mortgage broker, have the right detail. If you're a popcorn selling company, the right detail.
Right.
And I would say that's probably our ideal. Yeah.
Well, really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today, Massimo. Folks, if you need an integrator, meaning you know that you need to up your game from a technology, data capture perspective, reach out to Massimo and his team at Bluroot. They're more than happy to not only help you integrate, but provide the right direction and ideas that will blow up your dreams into what you believe you can really become. Again, my name is Shiraz Sadiq, your host for Small Business Talks. Massimo, thanks once again for taking the time.
Pleasure.
And being with us here today. And thanks for joining us, Massimo, and for sharing your stories and journey. Technology is half the battle, but unpacking and applying the full horsepower of possibilities is what his team does best. This is Shiraz Sadiq of Small Business Talks, investing in your entrepreneurial journey in a worthwhile way. And thank you to the team at Canadian SME for making the Marketing Automation Series possible. And thank you for spending time investing in your business to move forward with Small Business Talks. The Marketing Automation Series is brought to you by Zoho. Visit zoho.com or email sales@zohocorp.com to better understand how Zoho can literally transform your operational flow. This is Shiraz Sadiq, paving a way for your prosperity.